also had a doubt like, is vegan diet, practically possible to follow?
Yeah, like I'm not going to brag about it or something like that, but I am on a plant-based diet since last 4.5 years.
That's shocking.
So it is practically possible. Any other question anyone have or want to discuss about anything before the session starts? You can type in the chat box as well if you are not able to unmute yourself.
I feel we can start now.
Yeah, sure.
So, before starting with the session, there are some general instructions which you all need to follow throughout the webinar. Please keep your cameras on to make the webinar more engaging. Keep yourself on mute. Any disturbance from the side of any of the participant will lead to immediate removal of the participant from the meeting. After the session, attend the session till the end, and after the session, a feedback form will be shared which you all need to fill. Thank you.
Yeah, so I was asking about the pre-webinar form. It was mandatory because from that particular form we'll be able to get all your email IDs. But since there are few participants who have not filled the form, so by the end of the session I'll let you know how you can get your certificate. So please stay till the end of the session.
Okay, the greatness of a nation can be judged by the way its animals are treated.
Sorry, Rishabh, your voice was a bit not audible to me. Can you repeat it?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
The greatness of a nation can be judged by the way its animals are treated.
Good evening to the respected dignitary and all the participants who have joined us today. It's my pleasure to be a moderator from the webinar Eat Kind, Stay Healthy. I'm Dipanshi, and on behalf of NSS Keshav Mahavidyalaya, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. We appreciate you taking time off your busy schedule to join us today. We hope you learn a lot today. We have lined up for you to be fruitful and engaging.
Thank you, Dipanshi. Hello, everyone. Myself, Rishabh, and our today's speaker is Miss Kanakshriya Koshike, campaigner of Eat Kind India campaign from Humani Society. Today is been here with us for guide us about the healthy food, eat kind and stay healthy.
Over to you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, Rishabh. Thanks a lot, Dipanshi. So, hello
Thank you, ma'am.
everyone. My name is Kanakshriya Kaushik, and I'm outreach campaigner in Humane Society International India. So, before moving on with the presentation, I would like to give you a brief introduction about Humane Society International India. So, HSI India is a part of Humane Society International, which is world's largest animal protection organization, and is currently working in 40 plus countries. In HSI India, in Humane Society International India, we work for animals in different fields, and so we have different campaigns. Like we have Farm Animals Protection campaign, which I'm a part of, and then we have campaign for companion animals. We have wildlife protection campaign, and also we have campaign for research and toxicology. Not only this, we are also working with the government of our country for animal law enforcement because most of you might be aware about the scene that animal laws are not that strong in our nation as they should be because there are a lot of cruelty cases that are coming up lately. So that is why we are also working with the government so that we can enforce animal laws more proactively. Okay, so moving on with the presentation, eat kind and stay healthy, which is anyway related to our food habits, our food choices. So the first thing first is food is a very important part of our life, right? So after water, we need food to survive because our body is an engine and that actually needs fuel, which is food for us, right? And that is why it is very wisely said that we are what we eat, and so what we eat matters. Okay. Uh, is everyone okay with English, or do you want me to use Hindi as well?
And
I
as you wish.
Sorry.
And as you wish.
No, I am comfortable in both Hindi and English, but students को समझ आना चाहिए ना. So that is why. Can you all just type in the chat box like which language do you prefer, English or Hindi? Because we are just starting the session. English.
Ma'am, I feel you can keep it bilingual so that everyone would be comfortable.
Okay, so I'll use English and Hindi. ओके सो या एज आई वाज सेइंग कि खाना इम्पॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज वो बताता है कि हम लोग कितने हेल्दी हैं. जैसे बोलते हैं कि जैसा हम खाते हैं वो हमारी बॉडी पे आउटर अपीयरेंस पे दिखता है. अगर हम हेल्दी खाते हैं तो हेल्दी हम लोग दिखते हैं, अगर अनहेल्दी होता है तो हम अनहेल्दी दिखना स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं, राइट? अगर खाने की बात चली रही है सो लेट अस टॉक अबाउट हाउ इंडिया ईट्स. तो पीपल हैव दिस मिथ, लोगों को ये मिथ है कि इंडिया एक वेजिटेरियन कंट्री है. वेल, इंडिया इज नॉट completely vegetarian country. We have a lot of population which is on animal based diet, right? If we talk about Delhi in this map, we have 60.5% of population which is on non-vegetarian diet, which is on animal products diet, right? And only 39.5% of people are on plant-based diet. But not completely. That is not completely plant-based diet because vegetarian diet do includes animal-based products, right? It includes milk, it includes dairy products, which are coming from animals, जो कि animals से हमको मिलता है, right? अब अगर ये बात है कि इतना पॉपुलेशन प्लांट बेस्ड डाइट पे है जहाँ पर एनिमल बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स कुछ यूज हो रहा है या कुछ लोग कम्प्लीटली एनिमल बेस्ड डाइट पर हैं, then what do you think? How many animals are slaughtered every single year for our food? Any idea? Anyone who would like to just guess maybe? What do you think? How many animals are raised and slaughtered for our food, for the choices, for the demands we make? Any figure? Anyone have in mind? Billions, yeah, it is in billions. You're right. Any particular figure that you have in mind? Maybe 1, 2 billion.
I read it in an article that cows were around 27 to 29 million.
No, I'm not talking about a particular species. I'm talking about the animals. Like we'll be talking anyway about farm animals here, which includes cows as well. But in total, if we see, 80.3 billion animals are raised and slaughtered for our food. Yeah, you were very close, Rishabh. So, 80.3 billion. If we say this, it might sound less, but just think about this population of animals which are raised just to get slaughtered for our food. जिसको पैदा ही इसलिए करवाया जाता है ताकि एक दिन उनको स्लॉटर करके हमारी प्लेट्स पे प्रॉपर प्रेजेंटेशन के साथ हमको दे दिया जाए, राइट? अब बैकग्राउंड क्या है इसका? अगर हम चिकन की बात करें तो जब सो बेसिकली चिकन्स को दो कैटेगरीज में इनको डिवाइड किया गया है, ब्रॉयलर चिकन्स और लेयर हेन्स. ठीक है, ये जो आप देख रहे हैं ये ब्रॉयलर चिकन है. अब इससे आपको क्या लगता है कि एक तो कंडीशन कितना गंदा है, राइट? देयर इज नो नेम ऑफ हाइजीन मेंटेन देयर, एंड द सेकंड थिंग इज दिस बेबी इज ओवरवेट. सो ब्रॉयलर चिकन्स को क्या होता है कि उनको जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाई किया जाता है कि वो जो भी खाना खाएंगे उनको सिर्फ मसल मास बिल्डअप करने के लिए वो फूड का न्यूट्रिएंट यूज़ होगा। अब इससे क्या फ़ायदा है एनिमल एग्रीकल्चरिस्ट को या बिजनेस पीपल को, कि जितना जल्दी वो बढ़ेगा उतना कम टाइम में उनके पास ज़्यादा इनकम आएगी, ज़्यादा उनको प्रॉफिट होगा, राइट? क्योंकि कम टाइम पे ये ब्रॉयलर चिकन ज़्यादा मांस ले लेगा, तो ये छोटी ही एज में स्लॉटर हाउस जा सकता है स्लॉटर होने के लिए, राइट? तो कम टाइम में इनको एनिमल एग्रीकल्चरिस्ट को बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट हो जाता है, राइट? बट इस बीच इन एनिमल्स को क्या सफरिंग होती है? एज यू कैन सी, ओवरवेट हो जाते हैं, ये चल भी नहीं पाते हैं, अपना खाना तो ढूंढना दूर की बात है, राइट? एंड ऑल्सो दे आर कन्फाइंड फॉर देयर एंटायर लाइफ्स। वो हमेशा ही कन्फाइंड रहते हैं, जब से पैदा होते हैं या स्लॉटर हाउस तक वो सिर्फ कन्फाइंड रहते हैं। उन्होंने प्रॉपर सनलाइट नहीं देखा होता, वहाँ पर प्रॉपर वेंटिलेशन नहीं होता, एंड दैट अफेक्ट्स देयर हेल्थ, फिजिकल एज वेल एज मेंटल, right? And because of that stress, because of that trauma, a lot of chemical and hormonal changes occurs in their body, okay? And if we are eating something which is already having chemical and hormonal issues in itself, do you really think that will give us nutrients? Do you really think that all the negativity, or I should say all the products, all the toxins of the chemical reaction in the body will go away after the slaughter? Because people say कि blood के through सब कुछ निकल जाएगा, but do you really think that everything will escape the body, or the muscles, or the skin, or the flesh? I don't think so. Okay. एंड सेम टाइम पे क्या होता है, इनको एंटीबायोटिक्स दिए जाते हैं, इनकी डाइट में एंटीबायोटिक्स दिए जाते हैं। उसकी वजह से क्या होता है कि जब हम लोग वो प्रोडक्ट लॉन्गर टाइम के लिए खाते हैं, व्हेन वी कंज्यूम द मीट फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर ब्रीड ऑफ एनिमल, उससे क्या होता है कि हमारे अंदर एंटीबॉडी रेजिस्टेंट हमारी बॉडी हो जाती है। तो अगर हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गया है और हमको एंटीबायोटिक्स कुछ दिया है डॉक्टर ने, दैट विल नॉट work on our body, that will not help us in fighting the disease or increasing our immunity, because हमारी body antibiotic resistance बन चुकी है already, right? And if we talk about cows now, okay, we'll move on to cows. अब you can clearly see ना चिकन के टाइम पे वहाँ पे कोई क्लीनलीनेस थी, ना हाइजीन था, ना काउस के पास है। एंड काउस are packed in such closely, a lot of cows are packed so closely that none of them get proper space to sit, none of them, and they spend most of their lives standing, right? They either fall because of the climatic changes or because of the weakness that occurs in their legs because of standing for so long, and that is why their bones become so fragile. They even get bone fractures, multiple bone fractures in their body. There is no name of hygiene. They are mentally and physically tortured. They are stressed because as soon as a cow gives birth, because only mammal only will be able to produce milk if she is giving birth, right? This is a practical theory for every female, every mammal. And if that particular baby is taken away from the mother, what do you think will happen to the mental state of that mother? Won't she be depressed because she was carrying that baby, right? And the milk which was meant to for that particular baby was not even given to that baby. Not even a single drop was given to that baby because of this business, because of animal agriculture is expanding to a large extent. When ads come on our television where you see cows are roaming around, cows are grazing in green grasses and then giving milk, it is completely false. It is just for the sake of advertisement. You can clearly see the background from where the dairy products are actually coming. And one of the worst part of dairy industry is that if the baby is female, that baby will anyway be taken away from the mother, and will be kept in separate crate or separate area and will be bottle fed with artificial milk or milk which is like which can be made from milk powder or something artificial milk basically. And if the baby is male, because dairy industry have no use of male calf, that particular male calf is sent to slaughterhouse soon after the birth. When you go to, I will ask you whenever the lockdown uh, gets away and the situation gets normal and we are able to go out, it will be really great if you can go to like a luxury handbag showroom and just check the material of the handbags. You can see leather and you can see synthetic leather, but search for whale leather, veil. It's a leather made from the skin of that particular male calf which was sent to slaughterhouse. Because the meat is sold, skin is of no use to slaughterhouses, so it is sent out, it is exported, it is a business, it is a huge market, I would say. It's a, like billions and billions of business which is going around us, and we are not even fully aware about the scenario. In India, we call cow Gau Mata, but this is the actual scenario. And not only this, they are not even naturally getting pregnant. They are artificially inseminated with a long tube inserted by a vet, where that particular tube and half, like I would say, the forearm of the vet is getting inserted into the vagina, into the private part of the cow to get her pregnant. I won't say the word, but we all know what is the term called for getting her pregnant, right? Next one is, this is one of the background pictures of poultry farms. I don't know whether you will be able to see, but can you see behind the pillars the cages kept above, or it will be visible in like further pictures. But what do you think this is? There is something which is getting collected. The heaps of something is getting collected. What do you think it is? Anyone? Okay, no idea. So basically, this is the fecal matter of hens, which are kept in battery cages. So battery cages are those cages in which layer hens, like the one I mentioned earlier, layer hens are kept for their entire lives, or I should say till the time they are able to produce eggs for the industry. Not one, not two, around 5 to 8 hens are kept in small battery cage, in one battery cage for their entire lives. They are injected with artificial hormones, they are getting artificially impregnated, they are not given proper food, no proper ventilation, no proper sunlight, and we cannot even think about their natural behaviors then when they are confined, right? We all can relate to this situation कि अब हम लोग लॉकडाउन में कोरोना की वजह से we are confined at our homes basically. We cannot go out, we cannot go to our schools and colleges or go out with our friends, right? Can we compare the situation now कि हमारी mental state कैसी हो गई थी? Now we are still like trying to cope up with the situation because we have hope कि कोरोना कोविड चला जाएगा. But what about them? Their ultimate destination is slaughterhouse. So they have no hope. They are physically tortured, they are mentally tortured. And for example, if a hen is able to produce one egg in a month, that particular hen, that particular hen is forced to produce more than 20 eggs per month. Can you imagine the situation of that female? The species is sentient being. They have emotions, they feel pain, they feel excitement, they feel happiness, they feel sadness. And because of our demands, this is what is happening to them. They are confined for their entire lives. And when people say that we get calcium, we get protein from the egg that we eat, it is not true. Because if that particular hen is producing more than, like, not even twice, like 20 times more than her capacity in a month, do you really think that the calcium that the egg needs to get, the shell is made of calcium, right? Do you really think that shell is actually have that much of calcium which is required? Do you really think that that particular egg is having enough protein or carbs that it is supposed to have, or that we were told it will have? Just think about it. It is not practically possible, because that female, that hen, is not even getting proper meals. That is not even getting a proper feed. We cannot have a good product from an industry which is ruptured from inside, which is contaminated from inside, right? Yeah, I think you can now see the battery cages, the rows of cages, one over the other. Yeah, so these are known as battery cages. You can clearly see how packed the hens are kept, right? And if I talk about the area, so this is actually scenario of poultry farms in India. There is no name of hygiene maintained, no name of sanitization, and from here our food is coming from. Do you really think that it is very well maintained, even if we are getting our eggs in proper crates? Do you really think that it have no kind of contamination? No, it is not true. And that is the reason that zoonosis diseases are spreading. We all know कि zoonotic diseases animal से human में transfer होती है, right? कोविड का भी यही हुआ था कि एनिमल से ह्यूमन बींग्स में ट्रांसफर हुआ था. तो अगर तो हम लोग उन एनिमल्स को उनकी नेचुरल हैबिटेट में छोड़ देते हैं, क्योंकि हम लिविंग बींग्स हैं, वी ऑल आर लिविंग बींग्स, वी गेट sick, we fall sick because of the change in the climatic situation, change in the weather. We get fever, we get common cold and everything. But what we do then is कि हम लोग घर में रहते हैं and we rest, we take rest. Even हमको जब कोल्ड भी होता है, then people हमारे घर वाले ये बोलते हैं कि you should stay at home for some time, right? That means they want us to get isolated from others so that others will not get affected, right? तो अगर तो इन एनिमल्स को इनकी नेचुरल हैबिटेट में छोड़ दिया जाए, डू यू रियली थिंक कि ज़ूनोटिक डिजीजेस स्प्रेड होने के चांसेस हैं? हमारा उनके नेचुरल हैबिटेट में कोई काम नहीं है, उनका हमारे नेचुरल हैबिटेट में कोई काम नहीं है, राइट? वो बीमार पड़ेंगे, दे विल फॉल सिक, दे विल ट्रीट देमसेल्व्स, राइट? बिकॉज एनिमल्स very rarely need medicines if they are kept in natural conditions, if they are kept in their natural habitats, right? Because they know, their metabolism know how to repair their body, right? So to prevent zoonotic diseases from spreading further, we need to change our food habits. We need to make sure that these animals are allowed to stay free in their natural habitat. And Humane Society International published this white paper where it is clearly mentioned that animal agriculture, intensive animal agriculture, is the starting point, is the root cause of all the zoonotic diseases, right? तो अगर तो यही रूट कॉज है, इंटेंसिव एनिमल एग्रीकल्चर ही रूट कॉज है, तो क्यों ना इसको हम लोग अपने तरीके से ठीक करें? बिकॉज our lives depends on earth, our lives depends on our environment, which is now getting polluted because of intensive animal agriculture. And now you'll ask how our environment is getting polluted. Intensive animal agriculture is the root cause of water pollution, air pollution, and soil pollution as well. If I talk about air pollution, so as you have seen the fecal matter that was getting collected, that fecal matter with the span of time releases CNG, greenhouse gases. It's methane and nitrous oxides. So these gases which when raise above and which gets mixed with the environment, they are very harmful when inhaled, and that is why the workers of poultry farms or any animal agriculture industry, they get respiratory issues. They get respiratory tract infections, and which can also damage their central nervous system over the span of time. Okay, talking about water pollution, a lot of water is used from like in slaughterhouses or to grow the crops for these animals, and to just wipe out all the blood and everything that needs to be cleaned from this animal agriculture. That water, when mixed with water bodies, infect that particular water body, and उससे क्या होता है कि धीरे धीरे वो वाटर बॉडी अलग आगे जाके और वाटर बॉडीज में मिलेगी, ऐसे वाटर पोल्यूशन स्टार्ट हो जाता है. नॉट ओनली दिस, एज यू हैव सीन द स्लाइड दिस वन. ओके, तो अभी क्या है, फॉर एग्जांपल ये रेन वाटर कलेक्ट हुआ है. अब धीरे धीरे क्या होगा, बिकॉज इसकी सफाई कोई नहीं करेगा, नो वन विल क्लीन इट, राइट. ये धीरे धीरे सॉइल में सिंक हो जाएगा, राइट. तो जो आसपास की सॉइल है, मे बी यहाँ पर कोई एग्रीकल्चरल फील्ड है, बिकॉज सॉइल क्या होता है कि पानी एब्जॉर्ब करता है और वो अंडरग्राउंड ही स्प्रेड हो जाता है विद इन सॉइल, राइट. तो इससे क्या होगा, जो आसपास की सॉइल है वो इनफर्टाइल हो जाएगी, वहाँ पर क्रॉप्स नहीं उगेगा. एक तो अ लॉट ऑफ लैंड इज यूज्ड फॉर दिस एनिमल एग्रीकल्चर, ऊपर से जो बाकी बचा हुआ लैंड है, इट इज ऑल्सो गेटिंग स्पॉइल्ड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग. And not only HSI is saying, not only Humane Society International is saying, but Eat Lancet Commission and Harvard School of Public Health ने भी ये रिसर्च में बोला है कि अगर हम एनिमल बेस्ड डाइट ले रहे हैं, if we are consuming animal based diet, it can cause certain type of cancers, right. तो अगर हमें पता चल गया है कि इन चीज़ों से बीमारियां लगती हैं, एंड कैंसर वी ऑल नो दैट इट्स अ डेडली थिंग, राइट. सो हम ऐसा क्या करें कि हम लोग इस चीज़ को प्रिवेंट कर सकें, राइट. मूविंग ऑन, WHO के अकॉर्डिंग अगर हम बात करें तो एनवायरमेंटल हेल्थ, एनिमल हेल्थ एंड ह्यूमन हेल्थ, इस सब को कंबाइन करके वन हेल्थ एक टर्म दे दिया है, so that people can come to know कि जो environmental health है, अगर environment healthy नहीं है तो हम healthy नहीं होंगे, right. एनिमल हेल्थ की, अगर एनिमल्स हमारे आसपास के हेल्दी नहीं हैं, इफ लाइक हमने बात किया अभी एनिमल एग्रीकल्चर का, वो हेल्दी नहीं है, एंड इफ वी आर कंज्यूमिंग देम, तब हमारी हेल्थ को प्रॉब्लम होगा, राइट. सो दैट इज, इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू वर्क ऑन वन हेल्थ, not animal health or environmental health or human health in particular. Just work on one health, which will comprise of all the health, like each and every being. How we can do it? So we have 3R policy for you, right, which includes replacement, then comes reduction, and then comes refinement. Okay, so replacement में क्या होता है कि replacement में people say, okay, we would like to work for one health. What you can do is, if you are using animal based products, for example, if you are consuming milk, you can replace milk from the cow or buffalo or goat with the milk coming from nuts. Cashew milk, almond milk, or even oats milk is available in the market, soy milk is available in the market. You can just replace animal based products with plant based products, right. Next one is reduction. How to reduce? For example, if I am the one who is interested in working on One Health but cannot just replace everything overnight, what I can do is I can reduce my intake of animal based products. For example, if I am eating meat, or if I am consuming curd or milk, maybe 5 times a week, I can reduce it to 2 to 3 times a week. And gradually, the reduction will be for 1 week, then it will become monthly reduction, then it will become yearly reduction, right. Our health will improve, and at the same time our environmental health and the health of animals will also improve. And the last one is refinement. So if I cannot go for replacement, I cannot reduce the products like overnight, or maybe I need time. What I can do is I can go for refinement. Okay. Now, what is refinement? For example, I am using eggs. I eat eggs. So rather than consuming eggs from the battery caged poultry farm, where hens are confined in battery cages, what I can do is I can go for the eggs which are coming from cage free poultry farms, where hens have space, hens are not confined in cages, and they are allowed to do their natural behaviors. They are allowed to roam around, they have proper space to roam around, to make their own nests, to look for their food, because hens love to look for their food. And because hens are birds, I hope you all remember that hen is a bird. So because hens are birds, they love making their own nest to lay eggs. So they are allowed to do everything in cage-free poultry farms. And thankfully, we are a very lucky generation that cage-free eggs are available in the market. You can see the label or of the crates of eggs, and you can there is clearly mentioning of cage-free. It is mentioned cage-free, so you can go for those eggs rather than purchasing eggs from battery cage poultry farms. And then you can slowly and gradually work on One Health, right? These are few examples of brands which are available in the market, which are providing you alternatives of animal-based products. For example, we have Good Dot, which is providing plant-based meat, and which is great option for us if we want to switch from animal-based products to plant-based products, right? And these are the example of few brands. There are a lot of other brands also which are available in the market. So you can go and search out for yourself, whichever suits you, you can just pick it up. So this is the work we used to do pre-pandemic. We used to go to colleges for fest. We used to organize culinary workshop in IHM departments of colleges, and we also used to like go for street outreach, where we used to spread the awareness regarding the confinement and everything. But because of the pandemic, we are all stuck at our own places, and yet we have not stopped our awareness, and that is why we have shifted to online option. And now we organize webinars like this one. We organize painting competitions. We have article writing competitions, and a lot more creativity that we do online with schools and colleges and NSS department as well. So like culinary workshop also we have our chef who is showing us the demo. So we also organize culinary workshop. We have plant-based baking workshop in particular for all the bakers of India. And people join us because we all know that unless until this thing is over, we won't be able to move out much, right? And this is the safest option. So yes, we are continuing our approach to spread the awareness regarding animal welfare, because it is very important, and this is the high time when we need to spread the awareness as much as possible, and we need to actually come together as a youth, because we are the future of our planet, and it completely depends on us how sustainable we want our planet to be. And so it will be really great if you can just come up and take few steps, if not for the sake of animals or for the environment, but at least for the sake of your own health. So yeah, this was it from my side. If you have any question, you can ask. You can unmute yourself, or you can type in the chat box. Yeah, Neha has raised her hand.
हेलो
Yeah, hi Neha.
हेलो मुझे ये पूछना था, जस्ट लाइक आपने अभी बोला कि जो एनिमल्स होते हैं उनको हाइजीन नहीं होती, उनकी केमिकल्स यूज किए जाते हैं लाइक इंजेक्शंस उनकी फर्टिलिटी इंक्रीज करने के लिए. सेम थिंग वेजिटेबल्स के साथ भी होती है, लाइक ब्रिंजल और भी जो वेजिटेबल्स होते हैं उनमें भी इंजेक्शन लगाए जाते हैं जिससे कि वो जल्दी बड़े हो सकें. तो और उनमें भी जब उनकी ग्रो किए जाते हैं तो उनमें पेस्टिसाइड्स यूज किए जाते हैं जो वो भी हमारे लिए हार्मफुल होते हैं. एंड जहाँ पर वो कलेक्ट होते हैं उसके बाद फिर हम हमें आते हैं, तो वो भी तो एक अनहाइजीनिक वे में ही होते हैं, पूरे तरीके से हाइजीन तो वो भी नहीं होते। तो हम उनको नॉन वेज को वेज के साथ कैसे रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि हाइजीन तो एकदम वो भी नहीं और एकदम न्यूट्रिशनल वो भी नहीं होते, क्योंकि उनमें भी केमिकल्स यूज होते हैं, इंजेक्शन यूज होते हैं। सो
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर क्वेश्चन। काफ़ी अच्छा क्वेश्चन है। अब अगर मैं बात करूँ एनिमल्स की और बात करूँ मैं वेजिटेबल्स की, क्या कोई मेरे को यहाँ से बता सकता है कि इनमें डिफरेंस क्या है? कि नेहा ने बिल्कुल ठीक बोला कि केमिकल्स वहाँ भी यूज़ होते हैं एनिमल्स में, केमिकल्स वेजिटेबल्स में भी यूज़ होते हैं। तो क्या कोई डिफरेंस स्पॉट आउट कर सकता है कि क्या डिफरेंस हो सकता है इसमें? वाई वी शुड गो फॉर वेजिटेबल्स? एनीवन?
I feel diseases की जो intensity होती है that are more in the animals.
Yes, this is one of the points. Anyone else? Which is like one of the major.
डाइजेशन में भी टाइम लगता है.
Sorry.
If we are eating non-veg, then मतलब it takes more time to for digestion.
Exactly, yes. नहीं, अगर हम सिर्फ केमिकल की बात करें कि केमिकली वहाँ पे भी ट्रीटमेंट हो रहा है एनिमल्स में और वेजिटेबल्स में भी हो रहा है, डिफरेंस क्या है? अगर हम एथिक्स की बात करें तो
Maybe on personal level पे vegetables and all we can clean ourselves also, but if you are going for meat and also no one is that perfect that जो inner diseases हैं वो निकाल सके.
okay, so thank you so much for that, but the main thing is animals are conscious. Exactly. So this is the thing कि animals feel pain, they are sentient beings. तो अगर उनको आर्टिफिशियली इम्प्रेग्नेंट किया जाता है तब उनको पेन होगा, उनको अगर इंजेक्ट किया जाता है तब पेन होगा, जब उनको स्लॉटर किया जाता है उससे पहले जो उनके अंदर टेरर होता है उसकी वजह से जो केमिकल चेंजेस होते हैं वो उनको ट्रॉमा देंगे। बट ये केस वेजिटेबल्स में या प्लांट्स में नहीं है, बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम। अगर सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम नहीं है तो वो कुछ पेन नहीं फील कर पाएंगे, राइट? यहाँ से स्टार्ट किया। सेकेंड थिंग इज कि अगर हम केमिकल्स की बात करें, एनिमल्स में आप आर्टिफिशियली उसको केमिकल्स दे रहे हो, इंजेक्ट कर रहे हो केमिकल्स उसके अंदर, बिकॉज ऑफ द कन्फाइनमेंट, बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल द टॉर्चर दैट द एनिमल इज गेटिंग। उसके अंदर ऑलरेडी केमिकल रिएक्शंस हो रहे हैं, उसके अंदर ऑलरेडी हार्मोनल चेंजेस आ रहे हैं जिसके बाय प्रोडक्ट्स टॉक्सिन्स हैं, राइट? तो आप खुद देखो, क्योंकि अब उसमें क्या है, वेजिटेबल्स में एज सच कोई अपना केमिकल रिएक्शन तो नहीं हो रहा है या हार्मोनल चेंजेस नहीं आ रहे हैं। उसको अगर प्लग किया प्लांट से और उसको इंजेक्ट किया वो साइज में बढ़ जाएगा, राइट? ये डिफरेंस है। अगर नेहा आप ये पूछ रहे हो कि हेल्थ के बेसिस पे हम लोग क्या करें, तो वेजिटेबल्स में हमारे पास ऑप्शन है ऑर्गेनिक का। हम ऑर्गेनिक फार्म में जाकर वेजिटेबल्स ले सकते हैं जहाँ पर कोई पेस्टिसाइड्स या कोई आर्टिफिशियली कुछ यूज़ नहीं होता है, राइट? बट क्या ये ऑप्शन हमारे पास एनिमल बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स के लिए अवेलेबल है? इज देयर एनीथिंग कॉल्ड ऑर्गेनिक एनिमल बेस्ड मीट और ऑर्गेनिक एनिमल बेस्ड मिल्क? अगर सिर्फ हम एनिमल्स को, पीपल में एडवर्टाइज दिस थिंग कि ऑर्गेनिक मिल्क है ये, बट ऑर्गेनिक मिल्क नहीं है। ऑर्गेनिक उस गाय का या उस बफलो का फीड है जो ऑर्गेनिक फार्म से आ रहा है। बट जो काउस को ऑक्सीटोसिन के इंजेक्शंस दिए जाते हैं फॉर द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ मोर एंड मोर मिल्क, उससे जो चेंजेस हो रहा है, इज दैट ऑर्गेनिक? बिकॉज प्रोडक्ट तो उसके बाद आ रहा है। जो हेंस में चेंजेस हो रहा है बॉडी में, इज दैट ऑर्गेनिक? एब्सोल्युटली नॉट। सो दिस इज द मेजर डिफरेंस। Any other question? I think someone have question. Dipanshi, can you read the question because I'm not able to?
Yeah, sure. So Rishabh has asked, ma'am, is unhygienic conditions of domestic animal cause environmental issue?
Yes, absolutely. Like I mentioned कि अगर उनका फीकल मैटर कलेक्ट होता रहेगा, जैसे हमने काउस का देखा कि उनका जो फीकल मैटर था इवन उनके पैरों में लगा हुआ था, उनकी बॉडी पे लगा हुआ था, राइट? तो क्या होता है कि अगर फीकल मैटर कंटिन्यूसली हमारी बॉडी पे स्टिक होता रहेगा ना, हमारी स्किन वहाँ से गलनी शुरू हो जाएगी, ठीक है। वी ऑल नो कि पस फॉर्मेशन हो जाएगा, वहाँ पे वूंड्स हो जाएंगे, और बहुत केसेस होते हैं जहाँ पर एनिमल्स को मैगट्स हो जाते हैं, राइट। तो वहाँ से फिर वो प्रॉब्लम आनी स्टार्ट हुई एनवायरमेंटल। उससे फीकल मैटर कलेक्ट हो रहा है, उससे ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस निकल रही है, राइट। अब ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस हम सबको पता है कितनी हार्मफुल है हमारे लिए। अगर हम बात करें ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस की, तो एनिमल एग्रीकल्चर को अगर हम सारे ऑटोमोबाइल से कंपेयर करें, इस वर्ल्ड में जितने भी ऑटोमोबाइल्स हैं उनका जो पॉल्यूशन है ना, वो 13% है, 12 to 13%। बट एनिमल एग्रीकल्चर का जो प्रोडक्शन ऑफ ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस है, या जो वो ओजोन लेयर डिप्लीशन में जितना हेल्प करते हैं, राइट, वो है 14 to 16%। अब आप देखिए कि कितने इंटेंसिव वे में एनिमल एग्रीकल्चर बढ़ रहा है कि वो सब ऑटोमोबाइल्स के पोल्यूशन को भी पीछे छोड़ रहे हैं। सो यहाँ से वो एनवायरमेंटल डिग्रेडेशन, ओजोन लेयर डिप्लीशन स्टार्ट हो जाती है।
Thank you, ma'am.
Mom, also like it's a common misconception like if you are going for the animal diet, so you'll be high on intelligence. So is it so?
No, I will tell you. So I don't know how many of you know about vitamin B12. Can you tell me how many of you know about vitamin B12? Can you all raise your hand who all know?
Ma'am, is it found in green leafy vegetables?
Basically, vitamin B12 comes from soil. Yeah. So when animals eats grass, तो उनको ऐसा नहीं होता है कि हमको साफ करके खाना है या हमको सॉइल नहीं खाना है, because animals are used to it, because they love environment so much, and they know that environment is good for, like, the way environment is treating them naturally, it is very good for their body. So that is why when, for example, if I take about cows, if they are grazing, they will eat grass along with the soil on them, right? तो उस सॉइल में वो विटामिन B12 होता है, and that is why vitamin B12 होता है स्वीट पोटैटो में. It is very good source of vitamin B12. Yes, this is a thing that vitamin deficiency of vitamin B12 will lead to maybe loss of memory, you can say, but इतना कुछ फर्क नहीं होता है. Like I mentioned that I am on a complete plant-based diet since last 4.5 years, right? So I have not felt that thing because I maintain my lifestyle in such a way that I go for workout. I work out. I am into fitness field, and I take care of my diet. I eat in portions. I avoid junk food because they are not good for our body, right? So then we will become more conscious that how we need to like work for our body, how we need to work for the betterment of our body, if not about animals or environment. So because I know that I may get cancer because of animal based products, right? And as a female, I may get hormonal imbalance if I consume dairy products. How? I missed that point, sorry, I'll mention it here. That when cows are given injection of oxytocin to increase the production of milk, because oxytocin is a hormone that is generated in female's body when when she delivers a baby and after she delivers a baby, so that the milk is produced for that particular baby, right? अभी ऑक्सीटोसिन का इंजेक्शन इलीगल है इंडिया में, बट एनीवे वो यूज हो रहा है बिकॉज दिस इज इंडिया, राइट? तो अब जब वो कंप्लीट उसको थोड़े थोड़े टाइम बाद ऑक्सीटोसिन का इंजेक्शन देते रहोगे तो उसकी बॉडी में एक्सेस कॉन्ट्रैक्शन होता है, एक्सेस पेन होता है, और रेगुलर इनटेक की वजह से उसको इंटरनल ब्लीडिंग स्टार्ट हो जाती है काऊ को. अब क्या होता है, रिसर्च, दिस इज साइंटिफिकली प्रूवन व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग यू, कि उसकी बॉडी में इंटरनल ब्लीडिंग होना स्टार्ट हो जाता है. वो ब्लड के ट्रेसेस मिल्क में मिले हैं. ऑब्वियसली मिल्क हमें वाइट लगेगा बिकॉज इतने ज़्यादा ब्लड नहीं निकल रहा है उसकी बॉडी से, वो इंटरनली ही ब्लीड कर रही है, बट ट्रेसेस हैं ब्लड के. अब ब्लड अगर हमारी बॉडी, अगर हमें मान लो चोट लगती है और हमको ब्लीडिंग स्टार्ट होती है, अगर हम उसको क्लीन नहीं करेंगे, उसको ट्रीट नहीं करेंगे, दैट विल लीड टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ पस. तो इंटरनली दैट पर्टिकुलर काउ इज नॉट गेटिंग ट्रीटेड. अब अंदर अंदर पस बनना स्टार्ट हो गया, राइट. उससे क्या हो रहा है कि वो जो पस है वो रिलीज होना स्टार्ट होगा एंड दैट विल कम इन द फॉर्म ऑफ मिल्क. मतलब मिल्क में वो मिल्क के साथ पास आउट होगा बॉडी. ठीक है. अगर वो पस और वो ब्लड के ट्रेसेस आ रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब जो केमिकल्स उसकी बॉडी में जा रहे हैं उनके भी कुछ ट्रेसेस उस मिल्क में आ रहे हैं. अगर हम ऑक्सीटोसिन की ही बात करें तो मेल या फीमेल किसी की भी बॉडी में ऐसे आर्टिफिशियल हार्मोन जाएगा तो हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस होगा, right? That is why a lot of teenagers, a lot of people, I would say not teenagers in particular, a lot of people are actually suffering from this hormonal imbalance. इसी वजह से बिकॉज हम आर्टिफिशियल हार्मोन्स ले रहे हैं, हमको पता नहीं है क्या हो रहा है, बट वी आर इन टेकिंग आर्टिफिशियल हार्मोन्स. इतनी जो डिजीजेस हो रही है where people are not even getting treated even after years and years of on medical treatments. क्यों? क्योंकि हमारी बॉडी जो एंटीबायोटिक रेसिस्टेंट बन चुकी है उस पर कोई और यूज़ ही नहीं है. वो किसी भी तरह उस केमिकल को, उस एंटीबॉडीज़ को, रेजिस्टेंस को निकाल ही नहीं पा रही हमारी बॉडी से, क्योंकि वो इतनी ज़्यादा यूज टू हो गई है, राइट. तो आपको ये बैलेंस देखना है कि एक्चुअली हमारी बॉडी में आप क्या डाल रहे हो, कि आप एक्चुअली उसको ठीक तरीके से ट्रीट कर रहे हो, या वट यू आर लुकिंग फॉर योर फ्यूचर. क्या आप एक हेल्दी लाइफ चाहिए या आपको अनहेल्दी लाइफ चाहिए, या आप खुद को, लोग पूछते हैं ना, वेयर डू यू थिंक योर सेल्फ इन नेक्स्ट 5 years. थिंक अबाउट योर सेल्फ इन द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ हेल्थ, कि आप हेल्थ के पर्सपेक्टिव से अगले 5 साल में आप खुद को कहाँ देख रहे हो, एंड दैट विल चेंज अ लॉट. Any other question or anyone would like to say anything? Okay, nothing. So, Gaurav is saying something.
Ma'am is asking, can you please tell how you have shifted to the plant-based diet?
Okay, so Gaurav, my experience was not that good, because I used to volunteer for SPCA in Chandigarh when I was pursuing my graduation. So I was a volunteer in SPCA, and then with the field inspector, one day I went to like illegal meat shops, and I saw the condition of animals there. Then when I started rescuing animals with SPCA, I started noticing that a lot of cows were abandoned on roads. They were getting killed because of road accidents, and they were used to have that badge on their ear. That means that they belong to a dairy. जब उसने दूध देना बंद किया तो उस डेयरी ने उसको छोड़ दिया, बिकॉज वो डेयरी के किसी काम का नहीं था, वो गाँव. अगर तो मेरी फूड चॉइसेस की वजह से एनिमल सफ़र कर रहे हैं, मेड बी काउ, मेड बी चिकन और हेंस, I don't think so I will be able to sleep, because I have spent a lot of sleepless nights during that time, because that was my first experience. And on that particular day I decided I will never in my life will go for animal based products, like ever. So my change was sudden, and trust me guys, my change was overnight. I don't want you guys to go for overnight. If you can, that's completely up to you, and I'm not even the person to tell you no you should go for a plant based diet. I am nowhere, right? Because if you would have come to me and you would have said no Kana, go for plant based diet, you don't need to have animal based products, completely go for plant based diet, I wouldn't have listened. मैं क्यों किसी की बात सुनूं, right? बिकॉज हमारी बॉडी है, वी आर द बेस्ट जज ऑफ आवर बॉडी, कि हमको क्या चाहिए क्या नहीं चाहिए, हमारी बॉडी को क्या अच्छा है क्या नहीं. सो इफ़ यू वांट कि आप प्लांट बेस्ड डाइट पे शिफ्ट करें, यू कैन गो ग्रेजुअली, देयर इज नॉट एन इशू. यू कैन फॉलो द 3R पॉलिसी, कि कैसे ग्रेजुअली हम उसको रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं या रिफाइन कर सकते हैं इफ़ यू आर कंज्यूमिंग एनिमल बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स, कैसे हम उसको स्वैप कर सकते हैं प्लांट बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स के साथ। कि अगर हम दूध लेते हैं, डेयरी मिल्क लेते हैं, तो हम लोग कैसे उसको प्लांट बेस्ड मिल्क के साथ हम उसको स्वैप कर सकते हैं। एंड जब धीरे धीरे आप उसको स्वैप करोगे, जब आप एक माइंडसेट बना लोगे कि ओके अभी ये ठीक नहीं है, दिस इज नॉट हेल्दी फॉर मी, ट्रस्ट मी गाइस, आपको अगर आप डेली चाय भी पीते हो ना दूध वाली, यू विल लीव इट। आप प्लांट बेस्ड मिल्क कंज्यूम करोगे, लेकिन आप धीरे धीरे आपको लगेगा कि आपकी बॉडी उसके बिना भी बहुत अच्छा काम करती है, बिकॉज टी कंटेन्स निकोटीन। अगर उसको डेली कंज्यूम करेंगे तो एडिक्शन होगा, ये सबको पता है। दैट इज वाई इंडियंस आर वेरी मच एडिक्टेड टू टी, कि उनको चाय चाहिए, राइट। तो आप ये चेंजेस कुछ करके देखो, आप खुद सोचो, आप बैठो एक टाइम पे कि आप कैसे कैसे ग्रेजुअली अपनी डाइट में चेंज ला सकते हो, बिकॉज आपको पता है कि आप क्या डाइट लेते हो, आपकी फर्स्ट मील क्या होती है डे की, या आपकी लास्ट मील क्या होती है डे की। तो आप खुद को अच्छा पता है आपको कि आप कैसे उसको चेंज कर सकते हो। एंड इफ यू हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम, यू कैन डेफिनेटली गेट इन टच विद मी एनी टाइम। You can message me on Instagram, or you can send me an email on my email ID, which is you can see on the screen right now, which is kkaushik@hsi.org. So you can definitely send me an email. Yeah. Okay. So most welcome. So guys, have you all filled the pre-webinar form? Is there anyone who have not filled the form? The one who have not filled the form, can you come up? Can you tell me, because how we can fill? Most welcome. So Mitali, all those who have not filled the form yet, can you do one thing? Can you right now send me an email on this email ID, which is kkaushik@hsi.org, that you have attended today's session. You can mention that you have attended the webinar with Keshav Mahavidyalaya, because from that I will have your email ID, and then I can send you the feedback form personally, because posting feedback form won't do justice to you guys, because you have attended this session, and maybe those who have not attended the session will also fill the form. So kindly understand. Yeah, no problem, Mitali, no problem. You can just mention that you have attended the session which was in collaboration with Keshav Mahavidyalaya, and from there I'll get your email ID. I'll send you the form via email only. Sorry, I think someone said something about.
Neha is asking, can we post the feedback form in the chat itself?
No. Right now we can't, because those who have already filled the pre-webinar form, I'll be sending them the feedback form. And also those who have not filled and have attended the session, please feel free to send me an email right now, so that I can get your email ID, and today itself you'll be able to get the feedback form. Because once you'll fill the feedback form, within 12 days you will get your certificate. So can you guys start sending the email on this email ID, which is kkaushik@hsi.org. Yeah, anything anyone would like to say? So I'll wait for 2 more minutes, so that you can just note down the email ID and send me an email. That will be very much easy for me and for you also to get your certificate. I'll send you the feedback form. And Dipanshi, I would like to ask, can we organize article writing or maybe painting competition related to this webinar?
Sure, ma'am, we can.
Yeah, so by when can you decide a date for that?
Ma'am, once I'll confirm it with the authorities, and then I'll let you know about the details. I'll
Okay.
mail you the details.
Sorry?
I'll mail you the details.
Okay, sure.
Rishabh, can you please present the vote of thanks?
Yeah, sure. So in the end, I would like to give my hearty vote of thanks to our speaker for gracing today's webinar, for his guidance and moral support. I am happy to express a vote of thanks to our NSS team, our management that has made this webinar a successful through their motivation and dedication. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me, guys, and thank you so much, everyone, for taking out the time for this session. Most welcome. Thank you so much for attending the session.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a really nice session.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Most welcome.
Whosoever has not sent the mail, please send the mail to ma'am, else you all can leave. Thank you.